friendos, welcome back. Hey, Gremlin and Sandflea and Eben. I figured rather than sit here for 45 more seconds and accidentally, on purpose, click to another window, I'll just start. I've been playing back episodes of Guess the Game, and I got to Talos Principle 1 today, and it took me like fucking 5 guesses. Which I'm embarrassed about because I'm currently playing that one too. Hey, lady. Jailbreak. Right, this is the one that... Okay, so this is where we stopped last time. It is very interesting how I'm so excited and enthusiastic when we start this. And interested in... I don't know, I'm interested in the figuring out my limits of, like, brain plasticity. You know, like when you're exercising, there's only so long you can do one repetitive movement. Though we tend to not want to accept that fact, both institutionally and individually, you know, your brain is kind of the same way. There's only a certain amount of time where you can reasonably do a task before you need a break to do a different task. So I keep... It's fun to explore that part of this as well. I don't know why some of these just look white. I know it's blue, but it looks white. So I think I need to get one of these inside of there, but I don't think I need to worry about that until I've got the... It looks bigger? Oh, interesting. Hey, Static. Can I play Guess the Game with chat? I mean, I guess I could. Alright, so deselect you. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually fine anyway. That's fine anyway. So now we can reevaluate. Although, no, I can grab that. All right. No, I want to put you on the ground. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can get out of here, so I guess this doesn't really matter. Is this it? I think this is it. I think we've just got it. Just kidding. I think I'm gonna have to back it up. You know, I did go through this weekend, and though I did so none of the things that I should have been doing, I did attempt to put new sounds, make new sounds for alerts. Right. But for some reason Stream Elements wouldn't, like, accept new sounds. Don't know why, so... Gonna just... Alright. Man, I can quite easily get myself stuck in there. Do I need to back up more? I don't think I can, actually. guess it's gotta be one of these. But then what? Damn it. Really? Okay. Why? Feels so sloppy. I don't know if this is how the answer's supposed to be. Not sloppy necessarily, but like it's true. Maybe I didn't do it right. That's fine. Okay, so we got none stars here. Got it. Love it, Powers. Yes. See, I can't even imagine. I can't believe that you can remember what your solution was. I cannot. I think if I watched this. Oh, fuck. do not know what this is supposed to be referencing. I feel like I've had that thought, though, a couple of times, you know, in really well-crafted puzzle games. I've definitely thought that earlier in this game, though I cannot, for the life of me, remember what specifically. Okay, so hopefully this direction. Referencing this. Fine. So this is up. Yay! Alright, I don't want to go back yet. Because I think this is still the direction of the other sprite. Nope, just kidding. Could not have been there before. There's no way. Interesting that these can go through the barriers. What do I look like to the other robots? Just like an excited Labrador chasing after a blue ball. Just want to solve puzzle. Really? Really? Should not run on the train tracks, children. Extremely interested to follow this to the end, though. Gonna go ahead and turn around and do that.
Have been accomplished by those who believed in humankind. But greater things than these may yet be accomplished by those who uphold the faith.
In times of war, is it wisdom or folly to give a sword to a child?
Let's see how this kills us. Probably the same way as... Oh, come the fuck! Don't present the possibility if you're gonna make the extended solution bullshit. The extended question, the you know, punishing me for... I haven't been very diligent about checking out these towers now, have I? Or perhaps there is literally nothing else here. Perhaps this juicy wall that it looks like there should be something behind. Perhaps nothing is there.
This is the last time we will speak, creature of clay. Together, we have told the stories of ancient gods and heroes. But the golden ages of the past are distant. The gods have retreated to their high places, and there are no heroes amongst men. In days gone by, I was renowned for my riddles. But you, creature of clay, are a riddle without an answer.
don't need an answer.
Let us hope that it is. Farewell, creature of clay. Remember my stories, and do not let the flame burn you.
An unsettling amount of energy. I would hate to see what would happen if one of those beams was aimed at something else.
Right at your ass, Herman. Right at your ass. Actually, where's Thekla? She wants to meet the founder, right?
The next area you're going to is... Honestly, it's better if you see for yourself.
Okay. Yay, Disney World! God, this is extremely not to yuck anybody's yum, and if somebody and if you are listening and you enjoy Disney World, I wish you nothing but happiness. But there is nothing that sounds worse to me than spending all of the money to get down to Florida and go to Disney World, all of that money, and then be assholes to elbows with all of the people down there, paying money to eat and breathe. Well, of course, paying money to eat, but paying money to basically breathe. I'm pretty sure if you sit with your ass cheeks on too much park bench, they charge you in Disney.
Hello there, Byron. What can I do for you?
I don't know if I got through to Athena. Things are going very wrong in this city, and she has to do something about it.
Does she?
Who else are they going to listen to?
Well, I don't know. How about you?
I'm an explorer, Cornelius, not a leader. I don't know how to convince anyone.
So? Do you think Athena and I are somehow different? We're just people, Byron. We're no wiser than you are, just a little older.
Oh, I know it didn't used to be that bad. Like, by all accounts, in, like, you know, the 70s, the 80s, it was an exciting, interesting, fun, good deal place to be. I can't imagine going there today. I mean, also, I've only been to Florida for, like, one afternoon. We stopped there. We stopped at the beach when our cruise passed. But I'm not much of an ocean swimmer, and I couldn't get out far enough to not get absolutely pounded by waves. So it's kind of lost on me. A bunch of people offered to sell us drugs, though, so that was thing that happened. And coconut drinks. Like drinks inside of a coconut. Which probably had drugs in them. Just an assumption. This feels like a mistake. I don't like that that works. Why does that work? Okay, so the blue ones work for blue and the red ones work for red, and I guess that makes sense. Doesn't seem like I can change these. Okay.
I just wanted to say that I appreciate the work all of you have been doing. I know I'm not a natural leader like Byron, but it means a lot to me that you've stuck with me.
We need to give Alcatraz some self-esteem. Oh, that sucks, Static. I'm sorry. The road gremlins had followed me to you, I guess. really interesting to me that all these statues that were built by this group here, I guess, are, you know, flesh-shaped humans. I think. Rather than robot-shaped humans. Why not? Oh, not this gate? Okay. Fine. Can't chain these off of... No. Okay, so this gate does not go down. Those are a mechanic, I guess. Sure. These statues remind me of Atlas, who bore the celestial spheres on his back. They seem burdened, struggling with the weight of the world. Given what we heard the founder say about the goal, could it be that they're meant to send a message? That taking on the theory of everything would also be a burden we may not be able to bear? Like, seriously. Seriously. Alcatraz, could you just... like... take a vacation? Go to the spa, get a massage, do some drugs. Okay. Ugh. Ah. Oh, man, come on. Alright, so... 4E... 204... 14E... 544852... 4... F... 3414 E 20414 E 44204 E 555354 204 24 204 E 41444 57484 F 4C Nope. A E F4E. Okay, almost there. 205 524. Nope. 4. F. Oh, God. D4. D4. 1, 4. E, 4, 4, 4. E, 4. E, 5, 4, 2, 0, 5. 9, 4. F. 5, 5, 2, 0, 4. D, 5, 5, 5, 3, 5. 3, 5, 4, 2, 0. Okay. 4 F 4, 2, 4, 5, 5, 9. God, now I can't see. The giant Anthropos can and must be made whole, his parts redeemed and restored, and his vision turned to the stars. I think I fucked a little bit of it up. Sole commandment you must obey. God, I really don't want to do this for... Ugh. Alright, what is... The title is... Truth. Author. Oh, well, the author is... Oh, wait, no. 7375626 C 696 D 65. Interesting. Let me try that again. 7375626 C. Capitals matter, right? Yeah, 696 D65. Sublime. Author is Sublime. So yeah, I definitely fucked something up in the middle, but that's kind of understandable. Well, there's our secret. From 42 Tales by Athanasios. The spirit of time was angry at Straton of Sigaria, for the old philosopher had asked questions that were forbidden. If man is no more than dust, it said to him, then I shall turn you back to dust, and my winds will disperse you to the far corners of the world. Thus you will be nothing, and your questions will trouble me no more. And so time did, and Straton of Stygeria was nothing, but Straton's voice did not cease, and time was perplexed. All across its domain it searched for Straton, yet he was nowhere to be found. Only his books remained, and of these men made copies, and Straton's voice grew louder. Now time was furious, but Straton laughed and laughed and laughed. From Midku to Athena. Dear Athena, Byron once asked me why we seem unable to perceive the dam. I asked him what he meant, and he said that people cannot seem to really grasp the dam as an object. They can be moved by the sight of a mountain or a gorge, but the dam seems insignificant to them. Look at it, he told me. Just look at it and try to understand that people made that. Try to really see it. It took me a while to fully understand what he meant. It takes conscious effort to open one's mind to the ecstatic beauty that is hidden in every human accomplishment, and further conscious effort to maintain this ability. But if only we were capable of seeing this beauty by default, the world might be a very different place. But it seems the ancients had the same problem. Why am I writing this to you, who may not even be reading these messages? Because today is one of those days when it feels like I'm the only one who still sees that beauty. I tried talking about it to Linux, but while I admire her principles, she isn't open to a more poetic experience. Or perhaps I just express myself awkwardly, I don't know. All I know is that it's hard to see something so beautiful and not be able to share it. Respectfully, Midku. That's cute. No, I can't. I will not do all of these, but I am interested in doing some of them. The numbers are easy, the letters are hard. Alright, so what do we have? E, D, F, mostly. And then A? Four, 6, 8, 6, 5. Six, 9, 6, 3, 6, 5, 2, 0, 6. F, 6, 6, 2, 0, 7. Hear the voice of the... What did I fuck up? Four, 6, 8, 6. Hear the voice of the bard. Who present, past, and future. So the hard part, Static, is hand number pad. Hand does number pad with no input from brain. I can't make hand do number pad and think about what hand is doing. I can't. I don't think I can, even knowing that, make that help myself. Thank you, though. Okay, so hear the voices of the bard who... Hear the voice of the bard who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have... I've worked retail too long. Alright, where are we? Insufficient... Who's... That's gotta be wrong. Whose ears have heard the holy woly word. Nope, that's probably wrong. It's probably whose ears have heard the holy word. Maybe. I don't have anything that... Grid might. Let me message him. Okay, hold on. The E 686520616 E. The holy word and walked among the ancient trees. Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word and walked among the ancient trees. Is this a poem? Yep. Song of Experience by William Blake. Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked among the ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in the evening dew that might control the starry pole and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise from out the dewy grass, night is worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, why wilt thou turn away? The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee till the break of day. Hopefully, all the progress notes are just this poem. Okay, I want to see 5358. What is that? SX. I don't know who SX would be. Yeah, I love being able to numpad. I always thought my mom was really cool because she could do it because she worked at a bank. I have almost no reason to use the numpad at home, but I still refuse to buy a keyboard without one. Okay, so I want to test this. Hopefully it is the same. Hopefully it is the next verse of the same poem. No, it's not. When to the heart of man was it was it ever? Let me get a little bit more of this and see if it's also a poem. Shit, where did I end? 2206. EOA54. When to the heart of man was it ever less than a treason? Reluctance by Robert Frost. Out through the fields and the woods, and over the walls I have wended. I've climbed the hills of view, and looked at the world and descended. I have come by the highway home, and lo, it is ended. The leaves are all dead on the ground, save those that the oak is keeping, to ravel them one by one, and let them go scraping and creeping, out over the crusted snow, when others are sleeping. And the dead leaves lie huddled and still, no longer blown hither and thither. The last lone aster is gone, the flowers of the witch hazel wither. The heart is still aching to seek, but the feet question whither. When to this is the verse that's here. When to the heart of man was it ever less than a treason, to go with the drift of things, to yield with a grace to reason, and bow and accept the end of love and or a season. Is it also Robert Frost? Go ye not quietly into death, or forgot how that poem goes. All right. Okay, so this won't be too terrible. I think a lot of parts are short. The dam will not break. E F 542. The dam will not break, the flood will not come. Okay, so what is this? What were we talking about here? Hey, Crunk, I mean, for a long time I thought they were garbage, or I thought they were nonsense, and then for a while I've had a suspicion that they were translatable. And then I think Pugs, or either you or Pugs said they were actually something, and I'm like, I don't want to take the time in a stream, but I will. Okay, so what was this actually saying? Okay, so this is talking about kind of extinction events, and it says, the dam will not break, the flood will not come. And again, 5358 is SX. don't know if that necessarily means anything. Five, 4, 8, 6. Okay, so this is different. 7, 2, 6, 5, 2, 0, 6, 9, 7, 3, 2, 0. Shit, 6, 8, 6, F. F. Oops, 3, 7, 4, 2. C 205 36 F 6 E E2 E. Okay. There is still hope even for those who seem lost, Son of Man. Is this maybe Prometheus talking to us? Does Prometheus call... I can't remember. Did Prometheus call us Son of Man? Because I know, obviously, the Sphinx called us Creature of Clay. Alright, so the founding of New Jerusalem. Okay. So yeah, they were kind of lost in this time period. That makes... That is a statement that makes sense. Alright. I'm sorry. I'm interested in this. I apologize if you're not, but we'll be done eventually. At least I don't have to... At least most of them are poems, so I don't need to translate all of them. All the way. E. You are your own forerunner, and the towers you have built. I don't think this is a... Oh. Builded. This is bringing me to the University of Michigan. Oh, Khalil Gibran. You are your own forerunner, and the towers you have builded are but the foundation of your giant self, and that self too shall be a foundation. And I too am my own forerunner, for the long shadow stretching before me at sunrise shall gather under my feet at the noon hour. Yet another sunrise shall lay another shadow before me, and that also shall be gathered at another noon. Always have we been our own forerunners, and always shall we be. And all that we have gathered and shall gather shall be but seeds for fields yet unplowed. We are the fields and the plowmen, the gatherers and the gathered. When you were a wandering desire in the mist, I too was therein a wandering desire. Then we sought one another, and out of our eagerness dreams were born, and dreams were time limitless, and dreams were space without measure. And when you were a silent word upon life's quivering lips, I too was there, another silent word. Then life uttered us, and we came down the years, throbbing with memories of yesterday, with longing for tomorrow. For yesterday was death conquered, and tomorrow was birth pursued. And now we are in God's hands. You are a sun in his right hand, and I am an earth in his left hand. You are not more yet you are not more shining than I shone upon. And we, sun and earth, are but the beginning of a greater sun and a greater earth, and always shall we be the beginning. You are your own forerunner. You are the stranger passing by the gate of my garden, and I too am my own forerunner, though I sit in the shadows of my trees and seem motionless. Somebody call Crow Team. Like, absolutely. Where's my Toyota 4Runner? All right. God, I hope these are the same poem. I'm not gonna figure it out if they're not. Should have just done this from the start. Shit. 6465656. 6, okay. Remember, son of man, that Elohim was redeemed through humankind. No, dear idiots. Yeah. You know. Alright, so what was this one about? Eadwald and the Tetronymus? Alright, well, okay. Yeah, these would have been more, like, coherent, contextually coherent had I done these all... Stop it. Had I done these, you know, at the right time. Are symbols like that part of Hex? I feel like they are not. 358%. And? Oops. No, they are not. Okay. So that's just weird. You are diligent! All caps. Four. F. 2048494444445 4. E. Thirty-two C. F4 E20 4 F4 04 E4 14 E. You are diligent in your pursuit of hidden truths, son of man. Thank you. You're right, I am. Controller keeps skipping and I don't know why. Huh. Interesting. The from and the to numbers form one word, and that word is energy. What? That's not a number. Energy is eternal delight is all of that. I'm so Crunk, I had to stare at that for so long to understand what you were talking about. Not because the joke was bad, it was a good joke, but now I can't see numbers right anymore. Oh god, which one? Fucking stop doing that. My controller's not even dead. Stop behaving this way. Okay, success, energy is eternal delight. Great. This one's interesting. Because it's, this mortal must put on immortality. But it's not, the word isn't finished. Immortality. That string right there is just immortality. Neat. All right. Six F 6206 E6 1747572652074 6865. In all things of nature there is so. I don't know if this is necessarily a poem. There is something marvelous? Is this a poem? Or is this just a short Aristotle quote? In all things of nature there is something of the marvelous is an Aristotle quote. That seems like where we're headed. So I left off with F, second line. 6D 6574 68696 E. Yeah, there's something. Okay. So that's Aristotle. Okay. Oh, that's what I was just on. I don't know why my... What is this? This is a... Oh, well, sorry. Ulysses by Tennyson. I knew that. Okay, this could possibly just be a continuation of the poem. In the end, love is all we have. Okay. Is this more? Is there more of this? Auguries of Innocence by William Blake. Okay, so the first half is a poem, and the second half does not appear to be the rest of the poem because the poem seems to end with that verse right there. So I guess let's continue. Looks like it's starting to say, in the end, love is all we have, but that's pretty generic. What did I end with? 6-1. Oops. In the end, love is all we have, but if we love another being, we must. I don't think this is a poem. Nope. This is just words. Okay, 746. 20746. Oops, 6-5. Two 0 6 8 7 5 6. Oops. 7 9 2 0 6 9 7 4. C662E. In the end, love is all we have, but if we love another being, we must, through them, love humanity itself. Okay. Where man is not, nature is barren, is that first line. Where man is not, nature is barren. To create a little flower is the labor of age? Why is the end of that weird? Labor of ages, probably. Six, 732 E20. Yeah, labor of ages. Okay. Wait, what? All right, one more, and then maybe we'll solve a puzzle and take a break so my eyes can stop seeing blurs instead of letters. 497420697326574657222074 6F 686964074686527. It is better to hide the F C 4 6. It is better to hide the truth, creature of clay. All right. 8616 E 46 F C F 6 F. Nope, that's a D. F 6 E 6 E 732 E. It is better to hide the truth, creature of clay, than to let it fall into the wrong hands. All fine. Okay, so this is... Sorry, I'm just gonna make a note. From Quentin. So let's go solve a puzzle. Ugh, God. I think it's rude that they make me translate that, because tell me that these fucking computer-ass motherfuckers don't have a data pack that translates hex for them. Come on. Sorry, was that permeability? Yes. I feel like this has got to be bad for, like, my brain. Yay! I solved a puzzle! That's the game that we were playing. Yay!
I must admit, these truly are astonishing sights. But what on earth is any of it good for? Why not just let mountains be mountains?
Wow. Okay, just kidding. I'm gonna go back. From Quentin. Oh no, there's so many. The flame will not harm you, son of man. 7769656C64. The flame will not harm you, son of man, if you wield it wisely. Oop. D. E. E64. Okay. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild. That's a poem. W.B. Yeats. Is this really long? Eh. Where dips the rocky highland of Sleuthwood in the lake, there lies a leafy island where flapping herons wake. The drowsy water rats, they've hid our fairy vats, full of berries and red as stolen cherries. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Where the wave of moonlight glosses the dim grey sands with light, far off by furthest Rosses we foot it all the night, weaving olden dances, mingling hands and mingling glances, till the moon has taken flight. To and fro we leap and chase the frothy bubbles, while the world is full of troubles, and anxious in its sleep. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Where the wandering water gushes from hills above Glen Car, in pools among the rushes that scarce could bathe a star, we seek for slumbering trout, and whispering in their ears, give them unquiet dreams, leaning softly out from ferns that drop their tears. Over the young streams, come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Away with us he's going, the solemn-eyed, he'll hear no more the lowing of the calves on the warm hillside, or the kettle on the hob sing peace into his breast, or see the brown mice bob round and round the oatmeal chest. For he comes, the human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than he can understand. Well, that one's fun. Alright, and that was the founding. Okay, so founding 4, so next is Chernyshevsky. Okay. Sorry, remember like 10 seconds ago when I was like, I can't do all these, and now I'm like, I'm gonna do all of these. Because research is fun. I see you. I see you up there. I do think it is thematically interesting that this one is full of, it seems, many more branching paths. Boo. It's not even... Where is it? Where is it? Not even on you. Guess we have to flip a switch. This one's gonna be a bitch, isn't it? Like, Athena's gotta be dead. Because I don't see a way that the end of this game would make sense if she were alive. I like how 90% of these have been cars. This ancient vehicle expresses a stronger sense of aesthetics than most other artifacts of this type, suggesting that at some point in ancient history, vehicle design was approached with a different mentality. Noted. Alright, well, we'll see. Maybe I'll get really lucky. And if not, I will beg you for help. Conveyance. Alright, so I gotta get that. But it's red. Why is red powering? Why is red being power? Excuse? I don't understand why that happened. Oh. Fine. No! No, not jam. I didn't think I should have to do that. I'm supposed to jam what? Oh. Move it, the puck? The platform? Huh. But why? It opened the gate. I just needed to lift my arms. I needed to lift my feet higher. That's dumb. I don't want to start it and then also stop it. I don't like that solution. Thanks, but pass. Oh, somebody's trying to text me. I've tried to remain silent on the development of our city to allow the younger generations to find their own path. But I feel that now I must intervene. We have reached a dangerous inflection point. This farcical, reactionary belief in the goal of limiting our growth will lead directly to the creation of a class society. Oh wait, I'm reading her like she's stupid, or I'm reading her like she's nonsense, but I actually kind of agree with her point. The foundations already exist. Do you think the leaders of various pseudo-secret societies that lobby for influence with the mayor are subject to the same power cuts as the rest of you? Oh, okay. Nope, I don't actually agree with her. I mean, I kind of agree with her fundamentally, but this part I don't think I agree with. Do you think the mayor has to worry about how much power he uses? Societies which have essentially no resources may be egalitarian in some sense, but a society that produces insufficient resources, energy in our case, will inevitably evolve into a class society. History assures us of that. The true failure of our ancestors was not in their impact on the ecosystem, which was epiphenomenal, but their failure to overcome primitive forms of resource distribution, allowing their fate to be determined by the interests of isolated elite groups. We are not avoiding that mistake, but creating the conditions for its repetition. I assure you that no one is exempt from our power management and distribution plan. We're all in this together. Yes, I totally believe that. I've always respected your scholarship, Benaroya. I will take this seriously and think about it. Some people have to lead and others have to follow. That's only natural, and of course there should be advantages to being a leader, to encourage people. I don't disagree with Benaroya's historical analysis. Alright, well, let's do this. Benaroya's right. This is a future we must avoid. We can grow while avoiding the mistakes of the past. Thank you, 1K. It's encouraging to see the value of freedom has not been entirely forgotten in New Jerusalem. A society without resources is an unfree society, and only with freedom can civilization truly thrive. I really wish this wouldn't fucking- my cursor wouldn't fucking jump around. I don't remember. Oops. Ah. 2656. 164. 7920746F. B. B. Nine 6420796 F752E. Always be ready to speak your mind, and a base man will avoid you. And yet it moves. And yet it moves, and yet it moves, and yet it moves. This was number 4. This is not a poem. F 66657222074 686520646176 B2E. One thought fills immensity. I think I did something wrong in there because I'm missing a couple spaces. One thought fills immensity. Do not fear the flame, son of man. Fear those who prefer the dark. Do this one just so that the line is done, and then we'll move on. I'm interested in to see what this one is. 32062657474 F 9642 C 3726566174 F 6620636 C F 26 F C or 656 E7 42 E. Okay. It is better to be afraid, creature of clay, than it is to be overly confident. Smacking down Thekla. Alright, so now we're on Founding 5. Hate that. Something feels weird about that one. Two to 3. Hey, Cheese, how are ya? Happy New Year. feel like I'm missing something on this one. No! I hate that. I hate biting your tongue. It's just, and I feel like it opens you up to biting your tongue forever. Because now your tongue is swollen because you bit it. Okay, clearly I'm not understanding a mechanic that this has, that this possesses. Or I'm just not seeing something. I really hate the noises that these stupid fucking things make when you... are holding them. Yeah, it's not as bad as the driller, but this one sounds like a fucking woodchuck. I am not understanding this at all. Yeah. That I see. But I can't seem to get this. I mean, I had tried to get it to reach there, it just didn't appear to reach there. Stay here. You know what? I think it would be easier if it would come out. Maybe not. Oh, but yeah, of course, now I can't get through these two. That makes sense. I did it!
Can I touch the bridge device?
You can, but should you?
Okay.
hope this goes through all of their heads. That would be great. Right? Damn. If you're agreeing with me like that, that means it doesn't. Fool sees not the same tree that, wise man sees, probably. That is William Blake. And that's all. A fool sees not the same tree that a wise man sees. Oh, nope, it's a poem. Hang on. Well, it's not a poem, it's a list. Oh, this is much longer than I'm gonna read. You get it. Crap. Does that consume? Yeah, consume. Excuse me? Don't you dare make that be the same thing. But it is funny that Miranda says I had to read this twice to fully understand it. A E C3 BC E Excuse me? Oh, maybe it's not the same thing. Why is the page not refreshing? Did my internet die? No, because I'm still streaming. I don't know. I don't know that there's necessarily more. I didn't find myself... trying to translate hexadecimal in the previous game, whether or not it was in the previous game. Nope, not German. Why German? Is this German? Please don't make me do it again. It was actually German. Motherfucker. Okay. Let's Google search this now. Ah, Goethe, that's why. Prometheus. What is this line? This line is Fantastique du Etoile. Didst thou e'er fancy that life I should learn to hate, and fly to deserts because not all my blossoming dreams grew ripe? I don't know, should we read the whole thing? Cover thy spacious heaven, Zeus, with clouds of mist, and like the boy who lops the thistle's heads, disport with oaks the mountain peaks, yet thou must leave my earth still standing, my cottage too, which was not raised by thee. Leave me my hearth, whose kindly glow by thee is envied. I know not poorer under the sun than ye gods. Ye nourish painfully with sacrifices and votive prayers, your majesty, yet would e'en starve if children and beggars were not trusting fools. While yet a child and ignorant of life, I turned my wandering gaze up towards the sun, as if with him there were an ear to hear my wailings, a heart like mine to feel compassion for distress. Who helped me against the Titan's insolence? Who rescued me from certain death, from slavery? Didst thou not do all this thyself, my sacred glowing heart? And gloatest young and good, deceived with grateful thanks to yonder slumbering one? I honor thee, and why? Hast thou ever lightened the sorrows of heavy laden? Hast thou e'er dried up the tears of the anguish-stricken? Was I not fashioned to be a man by omnipotent time, and by eternal fate masters of me and thee? Didst thou e'er fancy that life I should learn to hate, and fly to deserts, because not all my blossoming dreams grew ripe? Here sit I, forming mortals after my image, a race resembling me, to suffer, to weep, to enjoy, to be glad, and thee to scorn as I. Neat. Yeah, for some reason the last site I used just kind of completely shit itself. So either everyone in the whole world is translating hex at this moment, or... One more puzzle. Noma Project 7. I like having to translate. I like games that make me work for it. I, love when you have to leave the game to do research to come back to the game. I absolutely love that shit. I wish I had listened to my suspicion. I wish I'd listened to myself earlier and tried this earlier, so I didn't get to, the second to last area in the game and then find myself interested enough to translate all this. I'm sure I could just look it up on the walkthrough, but that seems extremely unsporting. I would love it if I could copy paste, and I tried that initially. I was like, I can just, oh right. Oh yeah. Yeah, the letters make it really hard. And I still kind of do think it's silly that we are a robot who has programs. Like, they've already made enough little offhand comments that they have some kind of, you know, they're not solely human. They might not possess the entirety of human knowledge uploaded straight into their brainstem. But, like, they can't decode this? Really? So why do I have to, kinda? Wait, hang on. Baby. But, like, I can take pictures of it and send it to everyone else. There's not one robot in this whole robot fucking commune that says, hey, you know what? That kind of looks like Hex. Like, come on. My dude. My absolute guy. Thank you. But we bought the internal voice plugin. Even with that argument, it's not valid. Also, they gave me an extra cube, so I don't know how I was supposed to solve this, because clearly I did it so good.
Cornelius and Athena created something amazing. They just misunderstood what it was. They thought their great invention was the megastructure. But in fact, it was Miranda.
Nope, I think you're wrong. I think they knew
Because
exactly
they couldn't
that.
see that, they lost her.
Nope. I think you're very wrong. I think you're extremely wrong,
Hey,
Alcatraz.
okay. Anything I can do for you?
Giant statues, creepy or inspiring?
Both? What do you think?
Both.
You get me, 1K.
Love you, baby. I'm sorry. I know Mayor Herman worked hard and helped us pull the city out of a period of crisis, but this isn't the future we deserve. None of us. We deserve better. Yeah, we should have listened to Byron. I always told myself that all these public debates were boring. Who wants to get involved in city affairs? And lately I've been thinking, yeah, that's why there's so much stuff I'm unhappy about, because we collectively gave up trying. Maybe things can finally change. You have no idea how badly I needed something new to happen. We have the potential to imagine a better world, and if we can imagine it, then we can make it happen. You're all delusional. Nothing will ever get better. Thank you, Trinculo! You're only saying that because you've never known a world where things get better. You think the tiny sliver of history you've experienced is all there is because that's all Mayor Herman has ever allowed you to see, but there's so much more. This is not the place for personal attacks on the mayor. Thread closed. Thank you, Jeremy. Fucking narc. Like, and I want to love Alcatraz. Like, I think he just needs... I do love him, you know, faults and all, which is perhaps super effective storytelling on their part, you know, considering his relationship with Byron, but... Dang. Be not afeared. Alright. The Tempest! Oh, my buddy. My buddy Billy shakes. Be not afeared, the isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twanging instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices, that, if I then had waked after long sleep, will make me sleep again, and then in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me that, when I waked, I cried to dream again. I'm going to yoink this last line just to check that there isn't anything else in here, but hopefully that's it. That's 100% incorrect. Hold, please. A 526561647920746F. E. D. That is 100% wrong. It is really nice because that's not always the case. my god. Huh. So I'm not sure if this is... It just has come up as nonsense. Huh. Okay, so I'm not wrong. Alright. That's weird because it continued up into this line. I had just tried this line. And I can't tell if I'm wrong or... Yeah, even this line. Alright, I guess I'm not gonna worry about it. Fuck, what was that? Oh, that was that. Yeah, that must have been Noma Project. No. Was that Noma Project 7? Yeah. Okay, notes. Okay. God, it's really irritating the way the cursor is moving on me, and I don't understand if that's the game controller or something weird with the game. Oop, D. 6F. Within all that is more. Okay, so I'm not crazy. C2C 207 46865 265 20697. Within all that is mortal, there is seed. Huh. Well. This seems wrong. Because this is the only thing that this is pointing to is a document from Talos 1. Which is, behold, the tree grows still, though the city is dead. Within all that is mortal there is the seed of immortality. For it is an immortal that fashioned it from the chaos and void. Being a humble man... I don't care. Is this... The thing that it's referencing has more hex in it. Or more something to decode in it. It's fine. It's fine. We don't need to do all these. What was that? Upgrade? Okay. Chernyshevsky. Alright, I'm just gonna write down Noma Project 8. And move on. High copper content in these dang hills.
"1K. We have made a fascinating discovery at one of the Founder's laboratories.
Great.
Please join me at your earliest convenience."
Piss off. I discover things.
Ah, 1K. Good that you're here. We've made a discovery. A functional somnodrome.
Great.
It seems the Founder perfected the design. I'm sure you've noticed my advisors, and Rand in particular, making quite a fuss about the potential of this device. Something about interfacing with one's subconscious self, as if such a thing could tell us anything new.
Okay, you're of a different opinion?
I am. I believe the Founder has already taught us everything we need. As I see it, neither the Somnodrome nor the megastructure have anything to offer except a lesson in avoiding hubris. So, what should we do with it?
Well, I want to disagree with him because I hate him. And that's not a great way to make decisions, but I have to be true to myself, right? I'm gonna plug it in and find out.
I'll watch to be sure you don't overload.
Listen, I don't want to make decisions for the rest of society, but I am going to plug my brain into some shit. It's funny, I suppose. For the longest time, I wondered whether that old human self-hatred we somehow carried with us was Milton. I thought he might have corrupted us, overwhelmed us with his cynicism, but I was being unfair. Whatever it is, it's not Milton. It's us. Still, this excursion into solipsism, hasn't been entirely for nothing. The Somnodrome technology still provides an excellent basis for a better way of directly interfacing with the Noma project. I don't know what that achievement meant. If I don't get to meet Serious Sam right here, I'm gonna die. I think in my dream I should be allowed to have genitals. Just saying. Just a thought. Error. Launching debug mode. It seems you've experienced a software error. Would you like to access emergency root menu? Displaying command list. Displays emergency root menu. Loading external device. Oh god. Oh, I'm the external device. Intelligence medium. Speed low. No humor. No conservatism. No moralism. No spiritualism. Medium popularity. Processor. Jeff! User tried to make changes to their own device settings, which could result in an infinite regress and/or omnipotence. There's only room for one god around here. Can I restore factory settings? Is that really stupid? Do I get a game over? Warning, restoring factory settings will delete all user-created personality files. Do not be surprised if you encountered errors. Doesn't have well, that didn't really do much. Did I have a personality to begin with, really?
Oh, you're back. Didn't take you long.
Do we know each other?
Yes, intrinsically. I'm what you might call a primordial element of the human psyche.
Amazing.
An adjudicator of what is and what isn't.
Thought I was here to meet my subconscious.
I'm afraid I'm the best you've got.
Great.
I am in fact a merged iteration of the two control programs which gave life to your kind, retaining, of course, the absolute best of both. That means I can tell you that everything's contradictory, nothing matters, and there's no moral difference between you and a frog.
Fair enough.
I can dress the whole thing up with a positive spin.
I don't hear the positive.
You just plugged your noggin into an experimental, mind-altering device, and though you may be trapped in this recursive, psychotic state talking to yourself, that can only mean that you're still alive.
Yay!
Now, what is your query?
Where are we?
You've executed some kind of software backdoor, and now you're reading and editing your own subconscious code as represented by this dialogue. I'd be careful if I were you. One bad for loop, and we'll be here forever.
Well, where did I come from and who am I seem like bad questions, but I'm gonna ask them.
The so-called real world. Personally, I prefer it in here. And not just because I'm unable to leave.
Who am I?
On one interpretive extreme, you are the universal life force of time itself, experiencing itself as a part instead of the whole. At the other extreme, you're a metal contraption referred to as 1K that thinks it's alive, but is basically a calculator.
Hell yeah. What can you do for me?
I can answer your queries in relatively plain language, based on what your subconscious knows. And I can drink margaritas subconsciously.
Amazing. All right.
The machine we're plugged into is running low on power. There may only be time for one big question. What is your query? Yes, to a limit.
Let me tell you. I don't know what to ask.
Well, then I'll choose a question for you. Hey, Miltahim, what's the secret of your all-round cool and charismatic persona? As it turns out, there is a foundational moral code built into us.
There's a butt coming.
Of course there is. The catch is that while the moral code is simple, the calculations needed to apply it become infinitely complex.
This helps me how?
Here's the secret. Every living creature is a compiler of the moral code. Your compiler can't give you a rule set for what's good, but it can tell you when there's bugs.
Could you elaborate?
You came here to ask the big question. This is my answer. Your capacity for reason and compassion is your moral compiler. The only rule is to live by it. Has that resolved your query?
I mean, can I discuss this further?
I expected no less. What is your query?
I hate this. I'm not having fun anymore. Surely rules of human rights are greater good trumps subjective. I hate the greater good as a statement. Fancy way of saying be kind to others. Yeah. Compassion is what matters, isn't this just relativism? Interested in where the moral code derives its authority. We explain moral disagreement by everybody's individual... Not everybody is asking the same exact question with the same exact parameters at the same exact moment. That's how we explain it at the end. What about frogs?
Excellent. There's never been a better time to argue applied ethics. Reason tells us that frogs are objectively non-identical to humans, but do feel feelings. Compassion tells us that we want frogs to flourish. This should be non-controversial. Records suggest that our ancestors ate frogs, as well as each other. Is that right? Short answer's no, but the long answer, sometimes. You can have compassion for a frog, but still eat it to survive. You can have compassion for a frog and eat it when it dies. But it's hard to imagine having compassion for a frog, then eating it for fun. It's likely our ancestors knew quite well the conclusion of their moral compilers.
Wouldn't mind eating frogs.
Let's get one thing clear. Everything is relative. You'd best get used to that. Theft isn't wrong because it's wrong to steal. Theft is wrong because it's vindictive. If a compassionate person has good reason to steal, then theft is right. Does your moral compiler confirm this?
I don't like this answer. No, some things are always wrong. I'm sorry, I've seen Les Mis too many times to pick that answer. I agree what's right is relative to circumstance is how I feel. But I feel like that ends the conversation, and I don't really feel like the conversation should be over. So how can I know my decision is the right one?
Then let's tackle the big question. A trolley will collide with someone, but who should it hit? Your compiler is telling you both options are bad, so which should you choose? Many moral questions have universally agreeable answers, but some stubbornly trend to infinity. Some, the more you zoom into them, the more wild the outcomes become. Is it right to love someone who's done terrible things? Which of the children should I sacrifice to the trolley god? These aren't the sorts of questions we can solve with a rule. We just have to trust the outcome of our moral compilers.
Do you have some kind of metaphor that could help me understand this?
Suppose there's a river we need to cross. Suppose I gave you a map. If you tried to cross that river before reading the map, you'd be chest deep in water when there's a bridge around the bend. But if you tried to cross by looking at the map instead of the river, you'd already be dragged 3 miles out to sea. But you'd never ask, how should I know when to trust the map or the river? Because all you need to trust is that your feet are getting wet. And you wouldn't tell people not to cross at the ford just because you decided to cross at the bridge. Now, has that resolved your query? Of course. Looks like we're running out of power. Good luck getting anyone out there to believe you. Terminating Somnodrome _V2_final_final.bat.
_final_final.
"1K, are you all right?"
Yeah.
You must
Chillin'?
have gone quite deep. Nothing came through on the stream. And I'm no expert, but I think the Somnodrome is fried.
Oh, good.
So whatever's in your head is all we're going to get. I can only imagine how terribly curious everyone will be about what you've experienced. And they'll all be convinced that whatever it is, it'll work in their favor.
He's got a point.
Strange, isn't it? Everyone wanting you to tell them whatever they want to hear. I'm glad not to be the one in that position just this once.
Aren't you curious?
A little, if I'm honest. But I'll be reading reports on this for the next 6 months. So if it's all the same with you, I'll contain my curiosity. Now, I won't keep you from your work any longer.
I love how blasé he is about me frying that thing. Linux is gonna be pissed. Come on! To suffer woes which hope think... Shelley? Oh no! Are we gonna get, Are we gonna get Byron back soon? If we're starting to quote Shelley? This is Prometheus Bound. Yeah, or Prometheus Unbound. To suffer woes which hope thinks infinite, to forgive wrongs darker than death or night, to defy power which seems omnipotent, to love and bear, to hope till hope creates, from its own wreck the thing it contemplates, neither to charge, nor falter, nor repent, this, like thy glory, Titan, is to be good, great and joyous, beautiful and free, this alone life, joy, empire, and victory. Is that all of it? Absolutely not. No, this is like really long. Okay. I don't think that this is all. I feel like this has got to be several things, but I'm really not interested in trying that hard anymore. Dear Athena, you asked me about the persistent strain of misanthropy in human culture. It's a complicated topic that has come up multiple times in my research. Here's my best attempt at a short, cohesive answer. I think our ancestors, like ourselves, were deeply invested in the idea of building, of transforming their environment. They found meaning and pleasure in this, and did not perceive it as a negative, so long as they had a sense of participating in this act. I think the reason that they so frequently reached for a romantic return to the past, to fantasies of living self-sufficiently in rural environments, is not because they rejected industrial-scale activity per se, but because the return to the land provided a fantasy of returning to a form of participation that had been lost. I think that's a fair assessment. I don't agree it to be universal, but they needed and wanted to build, create, and produce, but only if they felt they had a stake in what they were producing. Without that, the products of civilization began to seem like an alien force gradually spreading out across the world and ruining it. They needed a dream, and if the future was barred to them, then by necessity they must dream of the past. I hope you and Cornelius are well. Will you be coming to Hypatia's new exhibition? I know you have much on your mind, but you're missing out on a lot of exciting new cultural developments. Who could have thought in those early days that one day there would be so many of us that the arts would start to flourish again? Much love, Benaroya. I went back and found this message after all these years because something about it had lodged in my mind. I wasn't ready to understand it back then because I needed to be a leader, but maybe that was the problem. It should have been our dream, not mine alone. From the Atlas Variations by Athanasios. For 1 billion years, Atlas has borne the weight of the world on his back. The old Titan was tired of the responsibility and tired of his labor of ages not being appreciated. Why did the mortals not understand that his work was the foundation of all they did? Finally, he had enough. With one swift move, he shrugged off the cosmos. Now they'd see. But the cosmos went on rolling through infinity, leaving Atlas behind. The mortals went about their business, hardly noticing his absence. He was astonished. Had the world never needed him in the first place? Had all his toil been for nothing? So he turned his back on all mortal matters and instead set himself to discovering the secrets of eternity. Only after many long years had passed did the cosmos in its endless cycles pass by through his domain once more, and only then did Atlas and the mortals realize that they had missed each other, and each was lesser without the other. And so Atlas no longer carried the cosmos, instead he embraced it. Cute. I'm gonna get out of the lab here, and then I think we'll be done for tonight. I'm sorry I took so much time translating fucking code. Oh good, I'm glad. If at least one person thought it was worthwhile, I'm glad.
One key. What did you see inside the Somnodrome? Fascinating. What did it tell you?
It didn't tell me to act in any sort of fashion. How we act is relative to who we are. That's kind of pretty obvious. That's pretty okay. The morality is more nuanced than the rules we used to describe it. I think is a fair answer. Moralistic nonsense? No. I don't remember. No. We're connected intuitively to what's right and wrong. We can achieve almost anything if we have faith in ourselves. No. To trust my moral compiler. I mean, specifically, yes. But I think that implies that I'm correct.
I'm not sure I understand, but the subconscious is hardly my expertise. That the Somnodrome worked at all is already remarkable. What matters now is that we download the data packet from your memory and share it as widely as possible. It may upset some people, but everyone has the right to form their own opinions.
Wow, there's a lot of no's here. That's really interesting. I agree.
Good. There's one more thing. Do you have an opinion on the meaning of your experience in the Somnodrome?
An opinion? No.
Good. The scientific method demands rigorous objectivity. For this data to have any value at all, it's essential we examine it without preconceived notions of what it means. Cryer is setting up a live event so you can formally address the people on this matter.
Ugh.
When you're ready, we'll all be watching.
Great. Oh man, I'm getting to stream in my stream. It's so meta.
"1K, the people want to know what data you gathered from the Somnodrome. We're all set up for you to talk to them live."
You said when I'm ready.
That's fine. Please let me know when you're ready. This is an important story.
Piss off. Okay. It is later than I usually go because I got caught up. Well, we're not quite as close to the end as I thought because I decided to waste a bunch of time. So thank you for hanging out with me. Tomorrow's Thursday. We'll be back with more Final Fantasy, and then we'll see where we go from there. I've got another work Christmas party on the Friday, so won't see you then, but I'll see you next time. Everybody have a good night.